It's Thursday, June the 16th, King of the Mountain State Show, presented by the Dutch Miller Auto Group. I'm Chase Hill. I'm here today with a guy I've known for a long time. I'm so excited to get to see him back in the ring, the Hitman, Joe Hill.
Yeah, that's me, brother. I'm glad to be here.
Hey, we go back a long way. Now, you're a two-time semi-pro champion. I saw you fighting in that. I believe it was down Logan the first time I saw you really take over a tournament like that. You were impressive. You came down, fought amateur bouts for me in Huntington when we used to have the old Pullman fight night. And then we thought you were ready to turn pro, and we were right. You came right out of the gates as a professional, won your first few fights there, stepped up in competition. Now, here we are. That was several years ago. It's been a few years since you fought. Talk to me a little bit about when you first got started there with the semi-pro and the amateur stuff.
Yeah, I fought a few amateurs when I was younger, around 10 or 11, never really went anywhere. The guy who trained me in boxing, he hit a couple sons who fought, and they were getting older, and they quit fighting. And somewhere around, I don't know, 13 or 14, went to my first Tough Man event. I was like, oh, man, this is what I want to do. You know, I really want to win a Tough Man, you know. And there wasn't a lot of rough and rowdies at that time that I'd been to, but, you know, I eventually went to one of those. I was like, yeah, you know, I want to win one of these. I want to win Tough Man, and this is what I want to do. And, you know, I started fighting, and I always did great. I just never took it super seriously. And I guess I'd probably fought 8, 9 events, did really good. You know, I'd win 2 or 3, and I'd lose one by decision, win 2 or 3, lose one by decision. And, you know, finally just was tired of it. Hey, I'm going to take this seriously, and got runner-up in the next one. Got runner-up in the Rough and Rowdy after that. Won Logan Tough Man, won Welch Rough and Rowdy. You know, once I got in shape, I walked through most of the competition around here.
Yeah, and you know, those kind of competitions were set up good for you, because if you just have 1 minute rounds and you can throw as many bombs as you want to throw, I mean, you're heavy handed. Back then they were wearing headgear, and nobody could really ever put you away or put you down. It was just a matter of if you could land them shots, you got it. So when you got yourself in shape, man, it was easy. Now, when you came down and fought after that stuff at the Pullman as an amateur, you and I talked, and it might have been a 30-second conversation. And I said, I think you're ready for pro. And you said, yeah, me too. And that was all it took. And you were ready to go.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I never had any aspirations of being this great world champion. You know, I like to fight. I like to compete. And that was the next step. You know, it was either that or just basically give it up. So, I mean, there's only one way to go, and that's up.
Yeah, and, you know, I had some fun with it. I was cornering you up in Wheeling when we were fighting at the casino. I think it was against Eric Slocum there. And, you know, it was fun for me to get away from my own events and go with my guy and get to corner him and be there with you, be a part of it. So we had a lot of fun back in the day. Now, here you are again. It has been 3 years since you fought. You came to our last King of the Mountain State Round 1 down in Madison. We got a chance to talk. I was impressed with the physique, man. You've gotten yourself maybe in the best shape of your life. I'm sure your boxing knowledge is as good as it's ever been. So how you feeling? You feel like it's go time, huh?
Oh, I feel like it's go time. I feel good. I feel great. You know, I've never been in this kind of shape before. You know, I kind of just sat down and said, you know, I haven't fought in a couple of years. You know, I lost these last 2 fights, not because they were better than me, not because I got outboxed, just because I wasn't in the condition I needed to be in to compete at that level. And these were decent guys that had good records who are going places in boxing. And it came all about. I just got up one morning and said, hey, this is it. You know, I'm going to give it one last shot. I'm going to get in the best shape of my life. And I've been working hard towards that every day since. And here I am.
Hey, the pictures I've seen, the footage that I've seen of you in the gym and stuff, you look good. The biggest difference for me was you bouncing around the ring, the footwork, the ability to move differently than you ever had before. Like, you used to love to go to the center of the ring and stand there and just fight the guy, but now you're moving side to side, different stuff. I think it's really good, and I think it creates a good matchup. Tell me a little bit about that. You have grown as a boxer, right?
Oh, yeah. And a lot of that too is it's not that I didn't have the footwork before. It's that I wasn't in the shape to use my feet and be able to last a professional fight. And that makes a world of difference. You know, knowing that, hey, at some point in this fight, I might gas out and I have to worry about that. It's a big issue. So, yeah, I was comfortable being against the ropes, just swinging. I mean, I've laid these hands on a ton of people. And I promise you, if these hands are on you, you're hurt.
Well, there's two guys that I have had in my career that I've been able to help that truly has knockout power with every punch. It's you and Chris Jones. And I have seen you early on as an amateur. I just couldn't believe. I knew you were a big guy, but your power was just off the charts. When you connected, whether it was a jab, a hook, whatever it was, even if you weren't throwing a big power shot, your hands are very heavy. I think that's what's carried you to this position. Now, when you're putting it all together, man, I'm excited to see what you can do just 2 days away here in Charleston. You got a big fight coming up. It's with Matt Adams. Matt Adams is young in this. He doesn't have the experience you have, but he's much younger. He's a big, strong guy. Now that you've gotten down in weight, he is going to be a little bit bigger probably, but you've got all the tools in the toolbox. You've got the skill. You've got the experience, all that. What a matchup here with Matt Adams.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a great fight. I've watched Adams fight. I'm a big fan of Adams, always have been. But when it comes down to it, I think my experience is going to carry me a long way. And I have nothing to lose in this fight. I have some wins under my belt. I have some losses under my belt. But, I've not fought in 3 years. That's where, he's supposed to be the next great thing. So, I mean, he comes in and gets beat by a guy who's almost 40. That's on him.
Yeah, you said it like, hey, you're a dangerous animal when you got nothing to lose there, and you can come out and leave it all in the ring. Some of the pressure's on him, and he's in short notice. He wanted this fight. He got his chance to get it. We're going to see how it plays out. Just 2 days away in Charleston at the capital city. It's King of the Mountain State, round 2 of our tournament. You'll be a featured pro fight that night. I've went through the card. We submitted our final card today. There's 18 fights. If I had to pick my prediction for fight of the night, I did have it as one of those amateur fights, but I've switched it. I'm looking forward to Matt Adams and Joe Hill, two guys that are as good as we've got in our state. And here they are against each other, which and I know doesn't happen very often. Everybody wants the hometown guy versus some out-of-state bum. And here we go, man. Two big names, big fighters going at it against each other.